Hello class. In our last class we discussed about the lab preparation of hydrogen, and after that we have seen the precautions that need to be taken, and then we have seen the test for hydrogen, how we can identify hydrogen. Then we have seen for the post-process manufacture of hydrogen. Okay. Now today we'll discuss about oxidation and reduction. Okay. So we'll go through the different definitions of oxidation and reduction process. So oxidation in the electronic concept, that means on the basis of the electrons, is defined as the process in which an atom or an ion loses electrons. It can be one or two electrons. Say for example, zinc forms Zn2 ion after losing two electrons. So we can call this process as oxidation. That means a process in which loss of electrons takes place. Similarly, oxidation has got different definitions as well. The first one is oxidation is also defined as chemical that involves one addition of oxygen. If there is addition of oxygen also, we call it as oxidation. Example, carbon plus oxygen giving you carbon dioxide, magnesium plus oxygen giving you magnesium oxide. Similarly, we have got other definition of oxidation as well. The first one is that we discussed just now, electronic concept, then after the addition of oxygen. The second one is addition of electronegative ion or element. Say for example, when FeCl2 is added with Cl2, it will form FeCl3. So over here, Cl is electronegative ion. So this addition we also call it as oxidation. Process called it as oxidation. Similarly, removal of hydrogen is also known as oxidation. H2S, Cl2 will give you 2HCl plus sulfur. Over here we can see that hydrogen is removed from this H2S by chlorine. So it has formed 2HCl and sulfur. So hydrogen sulfide is oxidized to sulfur by loss of hydrogen. This is also a oxidation process. Next we have got removal of electropositive ion or element is also called as oxidation. Say for example, potassium iodide plus H2O2 giving you 2KOH plus iodine. So over here the removal of electropositive ion. So potassium iodide is oxidized to iodine by loss of electropositive ion, that is K+. So it is also an oxidation process. Next we have got the term called oxidizing agent. What does it mean? Oxidizing agent is the one that oxidizes other substances either by accepting electron or by providing oxygen or an electronegative ion, or by removing hydrogen or an electropositive ion. They are called oxidizing agent, or we also call as oxidants. In the above example given in oxidation, oxygen, chlorine, hydrochloric acid, hydrogen peroxide, they are all oxidizing agent. Some examples of oxidizing agents are these. In case of solids, while considering the state, manganese dioxide, lead dioxide, potassium permanganate, potassium dichromate, bleaching powder, they are solid oxidizing agent. Whereas hydrogen peroxide, concentrated nitric acid, concentrated sulfuric acid, bromine, they are liquid oxidizing agent. And oxygen, ozone, chlorine, sulfur dioxide, etc., they are gaseous oxidizing agent. Okay. Now next we need to discuss about the reduction process. So reduction is just the opposite of oxidation. So according to the electronic concept, it is defined as the process in which an atom or an ion gains electron. In case of oxidation it was loss, but in case of reduction it is gain. So when copper ion gains 2 electrons, it will form copper. So this process we call is a reduction in terms of electronic concept. Next we have got other definitions as well. Reduction is also defined as removal of oxygen. So when copper oxide reacts with hydrogen, it forms copper and water. So over here we can see that oxygen is removed from this copper oxide. So it is a reduction process, we can say. Similarly, it can also be defined as addition of electropositive ion. Example, HgCl2, that is mercurious chloride, plus SnCl2 is stannous chloride, giving you HgCl2 plus SnCl4. In this, mercury chloride is reduced to mercurious chloride by gain of electropositive ion, that is Ag+. So it is also an reduction process. Similarly, it is also defined as addition of hydrogen. So when chlorine reacts with H2S, it will form 2HCl plus sulfur. So we can see that in chlorine there is addition of hydrogen. So it is also reduction process. And the last definition is removal of electronegative ion. So when FeCl3 reacts with H2S, it will form 2FeCl2 plus HCl plus sulfur. Over here, ferric chloride is reduced to ferrous chloride by loss of electronegative ion, that is Cl minus. So they are reduction process. Reducing agent, as we have seen oxidizing agent, reducing agent is the one that reduces other substances either by providing electrons or by providing hydrogen or an electropositive ion, or by removing oxygen or an electronegative ion. Thus, in the above example that we have mentioned, hydrogen sulfide, ammonia, stannous chloride, hydrogen and carbons are reducing agent. Some examples of reducing agent: in case of solid, we have got carbon, metals like zinc, aluminum, copper and sodium, stannous chloride, glucose, they are reducing agent. In liquids, we have got hydrogen peroxide, hydrogen iodide, hydrogen bromide, they are liquids. And in gaseous, we have got hydrogen sulfide, carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide and ammonia, they are reducing agent. So today we discuss about oxidation and reduction, different definitions. Then we discuss about oxidizing and reducing agent, the examples, and you can make out the difference between these two processes, oxidation and reduction.